Hello students, welcome to Sarosa classes. Today our topic is UPSC Civil Service exam paper. Some questions are given from there and we are solving this question. So now let's start. Here is our first question. The question is with reference to the agreement at the UNFCCC meeting in Paris in 2015. Which of the following statements is or are correct? So we will have to find out the correct statement or statements. And here some statements are given. 3 statements are given. Okay, so the first statement is the agreement was signed by all the member countries, of United Nations, and it will go into effect in 2017. So this agreement was signed by all the member countries of United Nations and it will go into effect in 2017. Now, the agreement aims to limit the greenhouse gas emission so that the rise in average global temperature by the end of the century does not exceed 2 Celsius or even 1.5. Now, 1.5 Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The third one is developed countries acknowledged their historical responsibilities in global warming and committed to donate 1,000 billion a year from 2020 to help developing countries to cope with climatic change. And now we will have to select the correct answer using the codes that are given below. So here some codes are given. 4 codes are given. So now let's start. Okay. Let me explain this question and then with the supported answers. Only statement 2 is correct. 2 only is correct, which is the agreement aims to limit the greenhouse gas emission so that the rise in average global temperature by the end of the century does not exceed 2 Celsius or even 1.5 Celsius above the pre-industrial level. Now this is because the agreement will enter into force when joined by at least 55 countries, which together represent at least 55% of global greenhouse emission. Now, with only 1,000 billion financial commitment that was given in the question was false. So here option 2 is the correct answer. So this is the answer. Okay, now let's go to our next question. Okay, here is our next question, and the question is, consider the following statements, and here two statements are given. The minimum age prescribed for any person to be a member of panchayat is 25 years. So the first statement is the minimum age that is prescribed for any person to be a member of the panchayat is 25 years. And the second statement is a panchayat reconstituted after premature dissolution continues only. So the panchayat reconstituted after premature dissolution continues only for the remainder period. And now we will have to find out which of the following statements given above is or are correct. And here again 4 codes are given. So here a panchayat reconstituted reconstituted after premature dissolution that is before the expiry of the full period of 5 years, that is before the expiry of the full period of 5 years. 5 years shall continue only for the remainder of the period. Continue only for the remainder of the period. So here option B, that is 2 only, is the correct answer. That is a panchayat reconstituted after premature dissolution continues only for the remainder period. So this is the correct answer.